Hey everybody, welcome back to Reading Sprints and Shy Sips. I'm your girl Sasha Bonet, and today we're going to answer the question that I've been having for a very long time. Does music or musical elements, things related to music, belong in books? For me. I don't like music in books. I don't like musical elements in books. I don't like singing, rapping, dancing, playing instruments, especially if it doesn't come with something that you can hear, like a link or something where you can say, okay, this is what the music sounds like, or this is what the dance moves look like, because I am a fan of ballet. I don't know what those moves look like. When you say they did a twisty thing up in the air, I don't know. If you're saying, oh, she was playing the saxophone or the flute majestically, I know what majestic sounds like, but what does majestic sound like to this character? Dancing, no, because I can't see it. Singing, no, because I can't hear it. Playing instruments, no, because I can't hear it. So what we're going to do in this video is find out, because I know I don't like it. I've read several books that lets me know I don't like it. Now sometimes I still like the book despite the music, but I have 3 books from my shelves, didn't have to go out and buy anything, 3 books from my shelves that have music in them. Let me tell you which ones they are. So we have The Girl with Stars in Her Eyes by DJI Axelrod. I've never read a book by DJI Axelrod, but this is a thickums, and we're going to see if music belongs in this book. Now let's see. Her name's Antonia Tony Bennett. Yeah, she's heard all the jokes before, and she's not a rock star. Neither are the Lilies, not yet. But the difference between being famous and being almost famous can be a single wrong note, or the start of something that'll change your life forever. So this has to do with a band. So not just one person singing or playing instruments, a band of people doing so. We'll see if I like it. Next is Good Morning Love by Ashley M. Coleman. Fame always comes at a price. A thrilling romance about an aspiring musician who would do anything to have the world singing her songs, or so she thought. Sounds interesting. Let's hope the romance outplays the singing element. I don't know, but we'll see. Next is Take the Lead by Alexis, Daria, dancing. Gina Morales wants to make it big in her 4 seasons on the dance-off. She's never even made it to the finals, but her latest partner, the sexy star of an Alaskan wilderness show, could be her chance. Okay, so we have 2 with music and 1 with dancing, a dance show. We'll see. We'll see where we end up. So those are the books. That's the TBR for this video. But right now, we are headed to the library. We're headed to 2nd and Charles today. And we might even end up at Ollie's and Books A Million. I've only hauled 4 books this year, which is damn good for me. So let's get into what those things. Let's go to those stores. Let's get the books I'm in the mood to buy, but I'm not in the mood to buy. So we'll see how that all works out. But anyway, I'll see you in the next Take the Lead by Alexis, Daria, and I've read 4 chapters so far. And one of the fun things I like about this book to start off is that it has a cast list, and it's the dance off, which is the show that they're dancing for, kind of like Dancing with the Stars. It's a season 14 cast list. Welcome to the dance off, and then it gives you all of the actual dancers for the show and who they're partnered with. So far in this book, we're following Gina. She is from the Bronx, but she is a professional dancer who works on the dance off, and she's paired with, what is his name? Stone, who also has a reality show with his family. And he's only dancing because his mother has some medical issues, and he's trying to win the money for the show. And he's known as the quiet and brooding one of the family. And Gina is speculating, which it seems to be true, that her producers are trying to pair her up with him for a showmance for the season to, inflate the ratings and all of that. And she's not here for it. And he's pretty bigger than her, so she's kind of thinking like, wow, I've never danced with a man this big. I don't know how we're going to make this work. I want to win and all of that. So that's where we are so far in this book, and I'm not hating it. But again, music and books, she was talking about, because I have watched Dancing with the Stars a time or two, certain things like the samba, the waltz, and all of that, I can now picture those things in my head. And the behind the scenes when she's like, yeah, move your foot this way, I can picture that. So for me, this is not coming off as some of those other books where they're like, oh, she was doing this or he was doing that, and I'm like, I can't picture it because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But in this, I can picture the show flow because I've seen that show before. So yeah, so far so good, and we'll see what else comes of this. Wrap up Take the Lead by Alexis, Daria, let me show you some books that do have some form of music in them and recommend them to you. First up is American Royalty by Tracy Livesey. This one has an American a black girl as the FMC, and she is a rapper. Next is Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. This one is YA, and rapping and a little bit of singing is in this one. Then you have Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. Again, singing is in this one. However, you don't really hear her sing. This book is about the adultification and sexualization of young black girls rather than actually singing. Next up, we have Plie by A.H. Cunningham, which has dancing and other stuff, and Turn in the Air by A.H. Cunningham. This is dancing, more ballet and stuff like that. Then we have Strummed by Aisha Bree, which I just recently read. All the rest of those I've read earlier. I just recently read this one. This has 2 singers, and she also plays instruments. So I don't prefer my books to have music, dancing, or singing, or playing instruments or anything, but those are the ones that I actually enjoyed the stories despite having that one element. Now, I actually did finish Take the Lead by Alexis, Daria, and I'm going to give it 4 stars. And the reason why is because this was a fun, fluffy, even though the sex is sex, the smut is smutting, but I enjoyed it just because it does have that Dancing with the Stars quality, and the Dance Off is the show that they're actually on, and it follows them to, he is on a reality show of his own, and she is one of the technical dancers on Dance Off, and she's paired with him, and a romance ensues from there. She's trying not to play to those stereotypical spicy Latina vibes where, you know, ooh, she's spicy, she's hot, she sleeps around, and all whatever Hollywood has pegged Latin women to be. She's trying to avoid that by not falling in love with co-stars or being paired up in showmances and things like that. I enjoyed it. I like I said before, that it had the season 14 cast list, but at the end of it, it also has the Dance Off season 14 episode guide, and I actually enjoyed that as well. So again, that's going to be 4 stars. I think the next book I'm going to read for this video is Good Morning Love by Ashley M. Coleman, and I already read the first chapter. And in this book is a young woman who is in the industry already, and Trey, I think his name is Trey. Her name is Carly, but his name, I can't remember his name. But they start to build something. Already in chapter 1, she went to a show with one of her bosses that she, you know, kind of like follows around, and she had to cancel her time in the studio for her own stuff so that she could be next to her boss while her boss goes to this concert that Usher was at, and another up and coming performer. And when she got there, the up and coming performer, who again I can't remember his name, but he was really touchy-feely, and he kissed her on the forehead on first meeting. And she was kind of like, sir, like, calm it down. So that's where I am. I hope he doesn't stay that way throughout this book, but we'll see. I'll let you know in the next clips. Hey, y'all. Good Morning Love by Ashley M. Coleman. I gotten a good chunk away. This book came out in 2022, so this book is not that old. Written by a black woman, and our main character is Afro-Cuban, trying to make it in New York. And I enjoy when a book, you know, is onto itself. First it was Take the Lead with the set list and the episodes and stuff like that. But now we have every chapter is track 1 through whatever. I enjoy things like that. But in this one, we're following Carly, and she's trying to make it with her music. She writes songs and stuff like that. And she moved to New York in school and all of that with $1 and a dream. And that's really all I can say. She lives in an apartment with a girl she used to go to school with who's in law school. And one of her clients at this boutique kind of not record label, but like I don't know what to call it, marketing firm kind of thing, music kind of thing. She works at is hitting on her. His name is Tao. He's big in the R&B sector, and she's working on getting him deals and things like that to prolong his longevity as a singer and to keep his money rolling in. But he's hitting on her, and she's like, no, business first, my songs first, and we could talk about all that maybe one day, but not right now. Her mother's like, girl, when you gonna give me some grandchildren? She's like, mama, I could barely eat. I barely feed myself every day. Calm down with the kids. Then you have her boss who was like, I see that Tao is looking at you. Remember, your reputation goes a long way in this industry. Do not get caught up in that. And she's like, ma'am, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I ain't into it. So that's where I'm at. I don't think this is a romance. I think, well, it might have a romance element, but this just might be a women's fiction. And if it is, I haven't read a good adult women's fiction in a long time. So I hope this is really good. But those are my initial thoughts on that book. And I will see y'all in a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about Good Morning Love by Ashley M. Coleman. I would consider this book, I'm 51% in, and I am going to have to DNF. I am bored and I do not care. We are with this character, our FMC, who has moved to New York with $1 and a dream, and she won't let nothing come in her way. She is very focused on getting her music. She's a songwriter. She can sing, but she is a songwriter first and foremost. She's hell bent on getting her songwriting off the ground, working for one of her mentors and barely making money, but staying with it. Then Tao comes along, who is an actual artist who sings, and she starts making mistakes left and right. Tao gets to touch her inappropriately just on meeting her, kissing her on her forehead, popping her curls. She never noticed that the guy that she's been working with doing songwriting with for like over a year has had a crush on her. But Tao moves very forwardly and she's like, oh, he's flirting. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna have to DNF just because our FMC is very unaware, even though the book wants us to know to take in that she's aware. She's everything that she should be as a young girl as a young woman trying to face her dreams, going after what she wants, turning down dates, and drinks, and not being able to fully pay her rent and all of these things because she wants so bad to become a songwriter, only for her to start making stupid moves on account of one person. So 51%, and I was just bored. I am bored with the repetitiveness of her actions with Tao, her actions with Darren, whatever his name is, the guy that she's been songwriting with. And the misogynistic world of this, like, that the music world is very misogynistic, especially towards women, and black women. So this book is just not for me. So we have one hit and one miss, and we'll move on to the last and final one and see if that one is a hit or a miss as well. But this just wasn't for me. Okay, y'all, so this video is almost to its closing. The Girl with the Stars in Her Eyes by Axelrod is a chop for me. I got about 4.5 chapters in, and I was like, no. Was it the music? A little bit. These are fictional characters with fictional jobs. I know that the author Zhao Axelrod grew up in the music industry, so she knows a lot about it. And people that have that much in-depth knowledge about a particular area, they are experts at something. It turns out to be that way on the page. They give you every in and out. I don't know what I would be looking for in the studio. So it doesn't matter to me what anybody else is looking for in the studio. It was too detailed musically for me. That was number one. But number two, the love interest of this book starting out, or at least best friends that they were at one time, immediately in chapter 4, I believe it is, our main character sees sees our MMC, and is like, oh, after 10 years, after all this time, oh, I hate his stupid, cute, attractive face. No, you don't. You don't dislike him as much as you should. After 10 years of you feeling hurt, betrayed, left behind, and all those things, I need you to keep up the hate for at least more than 4 chapters. So yeah, this one was a chop for me. So in that, let's wrap up this video. Good Morning Love by Ashley M. Coleman was also a DNF for me, but it took me longer to DNF this one. This one to me is more of a literary fiction, or women's fiction. I should say women's fiction, more than a romance, because 50 some odd percent in, there's no romance. So, and it wasn't for me because I didn't care as much about her life. The win for this video was Take the Lead by Alexis, Daria, and I wouldn't mind reading the next one in this series because, again, it gives you Dancing with the Stars, reality show vibes and what happens behind the reality show. It was a fun read. I didn't mind it at all. So, 1 for the win. I still dislike music in books unless it's something as simple that I can catch on to. That's just me. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about music in your books, and for your reading experience down in the comments. If you haven't yet, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye.